Did you know one man's decision may have stopped nuclear war and almost nobody knows his name? October 1962. A Soviet submarine called B-59 was sitting deep beneath the Atlantic Ocean, surrounded by American warships. The ships were dropping depth charges, not to destroy the sub, but to force it to surface. Inside, the crew had no way of knowing that. The temperature had climbed past 50 degrees Celsius. The carbon dioxide was rising. Men were passing out at their stations. They had been cut off from Moscow for days. Their captain, Valentin Savitsky, believed the war had already started. He ordered the nuclear torpedo armed. 2 of the 3 officers required to launch it said yes. The third was a man named Vasily Arkhipov. He said no. He didn't shout. He didn't threaten. He just refused, calmly, inside a sweltering metal tube being hammered from above, surrounded by men who believed the world was already burning. Kennedy and Khrushchev get the credit for ending the Cuban Missile Crisis, but Arkhipov was the one who actually saved the world. Did you know a single unlocked door killed 4 men in less than a second? And the physics behind it are so extreme that scientists still use this case to explain what pressure can do to a human body? It was November 1983 in the North Sea. 4 commercial divers were living inside a pressurized diving bell called Byford Dolphin Saturation Chamber. To work at depth, their bodies had adjusted to 9 atmospheres of pressure. That is roughly 9 times what you feel standing on dry land. Then a diver outside the chamber released a clamp he was not supposed to release yet. The hatch opened. 9 atmospheres of pressure difference hit 4 men in an instant. The decompression was so violent and so fast that it was not survivable by any definition of the word. The investigation found no mechanical failure, no equipment malfunction. 1 procedural step skipped. After this incident, the entire offshore diving industry rewrote its lockout protocols. Multiple independent checks became mandatory before any pressurized chamber could be opened. Physics does not forgive a single mistake. Did you know that one of the most precise assassinations in modern spy history was also the most thoroughly documented failure of spy secrecy ever recorded? January 19th, 2010, Dubai. A Hamas military commander named Mahmoud al-Mabhur checks into the Al Bustan Rotana Hotel. By morning, he is dead, suffocated, made to look like a heart attack. The operation itself was flawless. 26 operatives, coordinated across multiple hotels. Fake British, Irish, and German passports. Clean entry, clean exit. The kind of mission that gets written into training manuals. But Dubai had cameras everywhere, hundreds of them, and investigators pulled every single angle. They watched the team arrive at the airport. They watched them change clothes, switch phones, and shadow their target through hotel corridors in real time. Face after face after face, all caught in high definition. Interpol released the photos. The world saw them. These were people whose entire careers depended on never being seen, and a city's ordinary security grid had mapped every single one of them. The watchers got watched. Did you know a fire once broke out on a space station and the crew couldn't escape for nearly 2 minutes while toxic smoke filled the air? It was February 1997 aboard the Soviet space station Mir. Cosmonaut Vasily Tsibliev and his crew were 250 miles above Earth when a routine oxygen canister ignited and shot a blowtorch flame straight across the cabin. Here's what made it truly terrifying. That canister was the thing keeping them alive. They couldn't just put it out. They couldn't open a window. They couldn't run outside. Every survival instinct a human being has become completely useless the moment the fire started. The escape pods were blocked by smoke and flame for nearly 2 minutes. 2 minutes with no air, no exit, and no rescue coming. Nobody was launching a shuttle. Nobody was climbing up to help. They were sealed inside a burning metal tube with nowhere to go. The crew survived, but 6 of the 7 people aboard Mir that year were involved in serious accidents. The station was falling apart around them, and they already knew it. Did you know there was a nuclear disaster worse than Chernobyl, and the Soviet Union made it vanish from the map? September 1957. A cooling system fails inside a nuclear waste storage tank at the Mayak facility in the Ural Mountains. The explosion that follows blasts radioactive material across nearly 9,000 square miles of Soviet territory. And then the silence begins. Villages are evacuated, but residents are told almost nothing. Some are simply moved and given no explanation. The towns they came from are scrubbed from official Soviet maps entirely. Not marked as restricted, not marked as dangerous, just gone, as if they never existed. The workers who cleaned up the site were sent in without proper protection. Many would die slowly, over years, without ever being told why. The Soviets called the area Kaishtim, borrowing the name of a nearby town that still existed because the actual site had been erased. Western intelligence agencies suspected something had happened. It took until 1979 for scientists to confirm the disaster was real. 22 years of nothing. Kaishtim happened. Almost nobody outside Russia knows its name.